All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to talk about access list items. So list items are indexed and you can access them by referring to the index number. So negative indexing. Negative indexing means start from the end. -1 refers to the last item. -2 refers to the second last item, etc. Range of indexes. You can specify a range of indexes by specifying where to start and where to end the range. When specifying a range, the return value will be a new list with the specified items. Range of negative indexes. Specify negative indexes if you want to start the search from the end of the list. Check if item exists. To determine if a specified item is present in a list, use the keyword in. Okay, so now let's jump over to our lists notebook and take a look at this. Okay, so we're inside of our list notebook. And basically what I want to do is talk about the first example here that we talked about in the PowerPoint, which is list items are indexed and you can access them by referring to the index number. Okay, so what you can do is if I go in here and I type in our list equals, okay, and we put this in brackets and then quotes, and we do Google, Facebook, in quotes, double quotes, Facebook, and YouTube. Okay, so we're going to use those three tech companies as an example. And what we'll do is when we print this, we're going to do print, okay, and I'm going to do our list, and then brackets, and we're going to type in the number. Okay, so for this example, we could do 0, we could do 1, or we could do 2. All right, so for this example, let's do 0 and see what that does, okay? So what you're going to find is when you do 0, you're going to get Google because Google is 0. So in a list or an array, I call it arrays, but in a list, it starts at 0. The index is 0, okay? So it's kind of like when you build a website and you would think that the name of the home page would be home.html or home.php. In fact, it's index.php. Okay, so it's the same idea in terms of when you index something, you're going to start at 0 instead of 1, and that's just the way it is because of the way that they wrote the language. Okay, and so when I type in the number 2, what we're going to get is YouTube. Okay, if I type in 1, we're going to get Facebook. Okay, so that's how you index. That's how list items are indexed. Okay, so negative indexing. Negative indexing means start from the end. So -1 refers to the last item. -2 refers to the second to last item. So for this example, we're going to type it out again here. So if we do our list equals, and we do the same thing, we do the curly brackets, or just brackets, and we do Google, we do Facebook, I do YouTube, okay, and then we do print, and we do our list, and we're doing the same exact thing as we did above, but the difference is that we are doing, instead of a positive number starting at the beginning, we're starting at the end, okay? So -1 starts at the end. So if I print that, we should get YouTube. There you go. Okay, so that's how you do negative indexing. Okay, so positive or just indexing, they call it, you would start at 0, and negative indexing, you would start at -1. Okay, now range of indexes. You can specify a range of indexes by specifying where to start and where to end the range. When specifying a range, the return value will be a new list with the specified items. Okay, so for this example, let's do our list equals, and let's do a whole bunch of examples. So let's do Google, Facebook, let's do YouTube, I want to do Twitter, let's do Amazon, Instagram, and we'll leave it there. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to give it the range of index. So we're going to say, all right, look between and return a value between 2 and 5. So for this example, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So if I print and we do our list and then we do brackets and I do 1:5 and then I print that, we get Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Amazon. Okay. So it returns 4 out of the 5. Now, if I do 2 out of 5, what's that going to do? Well, let's take a look. We should get YouTube, Twitter, and Amazon. Okay. Because what we're doing is we're doing a range. We're not specifying which value we want. We're just saying, okay, grab the ones that are in this order. Okay. Grab the ones between 2 and 5, which is YouTube, Twitter, and Amazon. Okay. Because 0 is Google, 1 is Facebook. So we're starting at 2 and ending at 5, which is Amazon. Okay. Now, if I change this to 6, what does that do? Okay. It's going to start at YouTube and end at Instagram. So if I run that, there you go. You got YouTube, Twitter, Amazon, and Instagram. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll talk about range of negative indexes. So specify negative indexes if you want to start the search from the end of the list. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll copy this. I'm going to copy all of that. And then what we'll do is we'll edit the range. So instead of doing +2, we'll do -1. Actually do -4 and then -1 because -1 is the end of the list. Okay. And then let's print that or run it. And there you go. We got YouTube, Twitter, and Amazon. Okay. So just grab these 3 here. And if I do -3 and run that, we got Twitter and Amazon. I do -5, what does that do? That includes Facebook and YouTube then. Okay? And then if I do -6, then it's going to grab all of them except for Instagram. And the reason behind that is what we've been talking about. Okay? Now we're going to talk about check if item exists. So to determine if a specified item is present in a list, use the in keyword. So what we'll do is we'll write this out again. So let's do our list equals brackets, and let's do Google, Facebook, YouTube. Okay, we'll do Twitter, Amazon, and then let's do Instagram. And so what we're going to do is we're going to use the in keyword to determine if a specified item is present. Okay. So let's do our list and then we'll do if Google in our list, colon, and then let's print, yes, Google is in our list. Okay, so when I run that, it's going to check to see if it's there. Now, if we put, instead of Google, if we put Twitch, okay, Twitch in our list, okay, it's not going to show anything because we don't have Twitch in the list. So it's not going to print anything either. Okay? Because it's looking for it, but it's not there. So it has to have a value that we have in our list. And then it will print back, yes, Google is in our list. Okay? Because it's checking for us. So that's a way to do it. So that is how you work around and work with, I should say, access list items. Okay? With lists. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.